Hey guys, it is Carl Brown from GuitarLessons365.com. Got a fun one today. We'll learn how to do Can I Play with Madness by Iron Maiden. So this is kind of a late 80s Maiden off the seventh son of a seventh son or whatever. And it's in standard tuning. So pretty basic for their standards. So it's going to be pretty approachable. Even the solo, it's not this kind of crazy long extended thing. So should be pretty quick to get through here. I hope you guys will join me. And before I get into it, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell. You can kind of, release a new video, and you can like and comment and watch the videos, which really helps. And if you really want to support what I do here or anywhere online, click the link below. It's my Guitar Academy. You'll see the GL365 Academy down there. You get a free 7-day trial by clicking that link. And my academy has all my guitar courses for complete beginners to more advanced courses on technique, improvisation, ear training, theory, guitar tone. I'm live every weekend with just Academy members. I can have a live chat and live stream, so it's a lot of fun. So please come join us. All right, so I'm in standard tuning here, and this the intro really, you need kind of a couple guitars to really make it sound the way it's supposed to. So we had that thing that I was playing in the beginning. We have another guitar that's playing with that. It's like holding that last chord until that. So that's what, obviously with one guitar, it's kind of hard to make that happen. But so those underlying chords that are going on, it's just kind of a D. And then it goes to this, you're gonna play the 3rd fret there on the A, and the open G, and the 3rd fret there on the B. And you can play the open D with it too. So it's kind of 3 on the A, open D and G, and the 3 on the B. And then you're just gonna take the note on the A string down a half step to the 2nd fret and leave everything else the same, just all those 4 middle strings. And then to a regular G major or G major, G power chord really. So it's just kind of like you can mute the A string now and just have the 3rd fret on that low E string, muting the A, then the open D, open G, 3rd fret on the B and the high E. So I have this. So those are the chords that are going to be going on here. The difference in the chords that are being held underneath it is you'll hit that, but the G chord that they play is a little bit harder to do. It's kind of really a Maiden thing. So what's going on there is it's the thumb holding the 3rd fret on the low E string, and then the 5th fret on the A and the D. And then you play the open G, and then the 3rd fret there on the B and the high E. So it creates this kind of huge G power chord. So that's going on underneath. So obviously we have a guy going. So, but you'll just have one guitar player just doing this. And then we get up top. And what that is that's just a back and forth between a D sus4 chord and a D major chord. So you can play a regular D major, get that in your hands, but then add the 3rd fret there on the high E. Pick that first, then resolve it to the D. So it just goes that kind of on basically the melody's changing on the high E string. So it goes 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. So altogether for just the guitarist just playing the chords. So the other guitarist obviously can't do that big chord because he's going to be doing it. So you can still do everything around it though. So we have that D. And then you're just kind of alternate picking on the open D string, kind of palm muted. Then that allows you to hit that 2nd chord, and continue that D string. But when he gets to this G here, so this is the regular power chord G you usually see played, which is when you're 3rd fret on the low E, muting the A string with the bottom of that middle finger, and then the open D, G, third on the B and the high E. And then you continue that, so we have this. And then the same in, repeat. All right, so after a couple times, the vocals come in, and it's close to the same riff. They just kind of leave out one in the chorus, so it looks like this. So it's just that they're leaving out that G with the B and the bass. So it's just that the D they'll still do. Right here, the C, and then that G power chord. So this is during the actual verse. Same ending. So you basically do that 4 times, but the 4th time of the verse version of the riff, the 4th time, instead of doing this, it goes to this. And what that really is just a D power chord. So open D, second on the G and the B, second on the G, 3 on the B. To an A power chord. So it's the open A, second fret across the D and the G. And just repeat that 3 times. So that's kind of almost you can almost consider that little D, A, D, A, D, A just to be the pre-chorus. Now from there, we go to the chorus. Now, the chorus has like, I believe it's on synthesizer, like keyboards. There's a little high note. But I'm going to show you how to play it on guitar as well, just in case you want, because it really is pretty pivotal to the chorus. And I'll show you what they're actually playing on guitar too. So if you have 2 guitar players, which hopefully you do with Iron Maiden, we'll have one do the lower part and then one do that kind of higher little melody. So let's show the chords first. So it looks like this. All right, so that kind of starts with a B minor chord. So that's a bar at the 2nd fret, really across 5 strings from the high E over to the A. And then in front of that, you'll have the 3rd fret there on the B, 4th fret on the G, and 4th fret there on the D. Back to that G power chord. To the D. And then just as an A major. So and then from that A major, you have a little melody that comes off it. So after you play this A major, which is really open A and bar across the 2nd fret on the D, G, and the B, you're now gonna play 3-2 on the B, then 4-2 on the G, over to 4 on the D. So. When you get to that 4 on the D, go back, that's supposed to be there already for the B minor chord anyway to start the riff over. So we have this B minor, the G power chord, D to A, and then that little lick, repeat, back to the B minor, back to the G. And here we have a different ending. Instead of going D to A, it goes to this E sus4. So that's gonna be open E, and then 2nd fret on the A, D, and the G. Open B and high E. And then resolve that down to an E major by just taking that note on the G string, the 2nd fret, and moving it down to the 1st fret. So, and then we have this little lick. So that's going to be 0, 2, 3 on the low E, and then 0, 2, 0 on the A. So so far we have this. And then we kind of start over. Except now the second time through the chorus, instead of going to the E sus to the E, it just goes back to that D. So it's a kind of a little transition that they use to go to different sections. So they use it as a transition into the chorus, and now they're using it as a transition back to the verse, or that main riff again. So that main riff, when it comes back out of the, let me show you the little kind of high little keyboard part. So we have this you can do on top of it to really make it sound like the recording. Like I said, it's probably on keyboards or synthesizer, but who cares? It looks like this. All right, so it's a pretty simple little melody. You can just be up here at the 14th fret. The 14 on the G, hit it a couple times, and then go up to the 15 on the B, and then back to 14 on the G. And then 17 on the B, back to 14 on the G, and then over to 14 on the high E. So with this. Kind of rolled all the way over to the high E. So I'm kind of doing that melody. So just kind of do it 3 times, I guess. And then you kind of catch that same time that he's doing the melody. Down there, you just do it an octave higher. So that's 15, 14 on the B. 16, 14 on the G, over to 16 on the D. So we have this. Then you gotta start that melody again. So if you've done it twice, and then it has this, where it goes to the E sus4 to the E, you're gonna kind of, so that's just going to be that 14 on the G again, but 17 on the B. But then when it goes down from that's over the E sus4, then when it gets down to the E, take that note on the G string down to that 13th fret. And then where we did it, we're going to do it at 2 octaves higher. So that's going to be the 14th fret there on the D string. 14, 16, 17, and then 14, 16, 14 on the G. So all together for that high part. All right, so then it just goes back to the exact same main riff, which is that one of the 4 chords in it, and then to the verse, and then same chorus, everything the same that we did already. All right, then we're gonna get to the bridge. Now the bridge is, both guitarists are doing the same chords, even in the same octave, but they're playing them in different positions. So it really doesn't matter, but I'll play the higher one first. right, so, and we're gonna start here, sliding into the 7th fret there on the A string. And then, so you slide into it and then pick it up a couple more times. And then pick it and pull off to 5. Over to 7 on the low E. So, and then jump back here and grab this G power chord. So it's just the 3rd fret on the low E, 5 on the A. Just kind of hold that. So. And then you kind of do that lick again that we did there. And then this time you just gotta go 3, 5 with the power chord after it. So this hang out on the, you got maybe some muting in between. And then 3, 5 again. All right, and then we basically do the exact same thing 3 frets higher. So up to slide into 10, pull off to 8, over to 10 on the low E string, then the 6th fret that you hold. And then you do it again and go 6 to 8 at the end of it. Again. All right, so second guitars, same exact thing except played down here. So all right, so like I said, just it does kind of change the sound a little bit. So when you have things played, the same thing played on different strings, those strings have different timbres, so they combine together to create a little bit bigger sound than if you actually played them both on the exact same frets. But so we're gonna kind of, so that's kind of sliding into that 2nd fret on the D. Once again, picking it a few times, pull off to the open D. Over to 2 on the A, and then into that funky G power chord. So that's the big difference there. And then back in this, back to the G power chord, and then to an A power chord to end instead of going this. So it's obviously quite a bit harder than the one up here. So after you've done that twice there, and then where it goes here. Here he plays that, which is just it's kind of sliding into the 5th fret there on the D. Pick a couple more times, pull off 5 to 3, over to 5 on the A, down to the B flat power chord at the 1st fret of the A string. So, and then same lick. Now go 1, 3 in the power chord. All right, and then the solo comes. Now the solo is over the first half of that riff. And then you'll see that kind of towards the end of the solo, as he's doing that riff, it goes into this this. So it's just that section just right at the end of the solo is just after you're doing that riff. When it gets to that, just that G power chord hit twice, and then 2 more times, and then 2 more times, and then to that D, A, D, A, D, A kind of transition riff. And there's a right there, I'll just kind of show you so I don't forget, because I probably will, before I actually show you the solo. Coming out of the solo, that progression right there. It goes right there. Instead of going right to the B minor, it doesn't play the B minor, it just pauses there, and they have kind of a cappella vocals. Like, and the chords first come in on that second chord on that G, and then it's the same from there. All right, so I just wanted to throw that in there for that last chorus. All right, so let's look at the actual solo, and then I think we'll be done. So here it is. All right, so the main thing about this solo that you're gonna hear is there's a pitch shifter on it. So some of the things that you're hearing, especially this, it sounds like it's an octave higher, but it's not. It's actually played out. He's got a pitch shifter that you're hearing is taking the pitch way up an octave, but we're gonna play it like he actually physically played it. So it's gonna start here with this. So that's gonna be a bend at the 15th fret there on the B string. And you're gonna grab that 15 on the high E string when you get to the top of the bend. And then a couple bends on the 15 again on the B. And then kind of bend and release, pull off to the 12 on the B, and then into some bend and release kind of stuff on the 15th fret on the high E. Kind of bend, release, and back up. So wait. Then he's gonna take it down here. And he's doing a bend there at the second fret on the G. Pull off, just release the bend. Then pull off to the open G string. And then back to the second fret there on the G. So it kind of does that lick twice. And then we had this. So that's kind of sliding into the 14 on the D, over to 12 on the G, and you're gonna do a bend and release at the 14 on the G, pull off to 12, and then play 14, 12 again. And then into that bend at the 15th fret there on the B string. We say sounds like a high E, but it's not. All right, and then this is a section where there's a. So that little thing is like, you hear those two G hits, and then we have this. So that's up here. So that starts at the 17 there on the D string, over to 15 on the G, and up to 17 on the G. So when you get that 17 on the G, kind of a quick little bend and release, pull off to 17. And then play 17 a couple more times, then back down to 15. And then a couple more G hits, and then you hear this B power chord. And you just play it like that. But it's really just kind of the first fret on the A, third on the D, and the G. So we have this. And then a couple hits on the G again. Pick's already worn out, so no pick slides happening, but there's a pick slide there. And then back to that. You guys get the point. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a fun one to play and not very difficult, especially for Iron Maiden standards. And the solo's kind of short and sweet, but if you had a pitch shifter, it'd really help it, but it sounds great without it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.